Michael. I was feeling pretty good when I got here, and then you just took away all the good energy I had.
I'm really sorry. Last episode, we had a pretty heated conversation, spirited conversation about our height and how tall we wish we were and how tall we're not, obviously. And I didn't measure myself in I don't know how long, and I finally did today, and I was a tad shorter than I remember myself being.
And I'm shorter than I ever thought I was.
So how tall did you originally thought you were?
If I'm being honest, like 5'8.5".
5'8.5". Okay. Because I thought
And
I was
I
like
tell
5'10
people I'm
and a half.
5'9".
Well, that's a big old fucking lie.
Only half inch though.
You're 5'7.25".
And I think that that's just wrong.
Right, because
And I
you
think
said you've never been 5. You thought you were 5'8",
Yep.
and you said you've never in your life been 5'7".
Nope, I've been to doctors, and that's where I've gotten 5'8" from.
So you just
never in my
skipped
life.
over the entire inch of 5'7".
Yeah, from the time I was like 5'6", I graduated to 5'8". I've never been 5'7". So I think either I'm shrinking or you measured me wrong.
How do I measure someone wrong? You think I mismeasured an inch and a half?
Or on purpose. So
Why-
you're the bigger man.
What? We already know that I'm taller than you.
Yeah, but now you are more.
Well, no, because I'm shorter than I thought I was, so I'm still taller than you. We're both just shorter than we thought we were.
Fuck it. Embrace it. Short kings.
Short kings.
I'm fucking down there with Joe
Sorry.
Rogan.
Joe Rogan's like 5'7".
5'6", I think.
Stop it, really?
Something like that.
See, I'm not that short, so that makes me feel a little bit better, but
How tall did you say you were? Actually now?
like 5'9.5".
See. And I would have put money on that you're 5'10".
I would have put money I was like 5'10.5", but nope, not the case.
And then I get here and you're like, wow, you look sporty.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Thanks for the compliment. What sport? Like a Spice Girl.
Yeah, Sporty Spice. That's where I was
Sporty
going with it.
Spice. Hey, you want to know what's funny?
What?
My dad is like, he's went from like whatever dads listen to music-wise
Sure.
to 2001 kid music. It's the Backstreet Boys. It's Spice Girls. He can't get enough Spice Girls. And this is
Really?
a true story. Yeah.
Love me some Posh Spice. But continue.
I don't know if that's a girl or a real Spice.
Posh Spice?
Yeah.
You don't know what Posh is?
I've heard it. Like that's posh.
That's exactly it. It's the Greek god of men, his wife.
Apollo.
No, the fucking David Beckham.
Oh. I don't know his wife.
It's Posh Spice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's a Spice Girl?
Was, yeah. That's why they
Anyways.
were... Okay, go ahead, continue.
My dad is obsessed with that stuff. The Spice Girls, I honestly am sick and tired of him telling me to listen to the Spice Girls.
Really?
Yeah. In Sync, in the Backstreet Boys, all of it. It's like he never lived it then, so now he's living it now.
See, I liked NSYNC. NSYNC was pretty good. You didn't like NSYNC?
Is that Justin Timberlake?
Yep.
I liked him. Is that Bye Bye Bye? I couldn't
Yeah,
tell you the
that's it.
difference between
Good
the
job.
two of them.
I used to have that hit clip. Remember hit clips?
No.
Where you paid like $15 for 15 seconds of a song. You don't remember that? It was like a weird little clip that you clipped on your clothes. It had almost like a USB drive looking thing, and you shoved it in there and pressed play, and it had one cheap ass fucking headphone that you would put in your ear, and it would play like 15 to 30 seconds of the song on repeat over and over
I've
again.
never heard of that before.
And I
How
never
much did
paid
that
for it.
Yeah.
I never paid for it, but I distinctly remember it costing. It was like, it had to be at least 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that range, dollars, like per clip.
That's interesting. I don't know if you're pulling my chain because I've never heard of such a thing.
You've never heard of hit clips?
No.
Really? And I guarantee people in the comments
I'm
know.
guessing middle school when we were.
Might even be elementary school, to be honest
Oh.
with you. Let me look up a picture.
Hit clips. What I do remember is like you would pay for ringtones and stuff. Those were like
No.
15 seconds.
No, these are hit clips.
Those are fucking prehistoric
Nuts.
looking
yeah.
things.
No, they were something special. And it's just so funny now because now you get however many songs for free. Not free, but you pay, $10 a month and you get a billion songs. And
Yeah.
it used to be you'd pay Fuck, even if it was $1 per song, how ridiculous that was.
I wish that I knew how much money I spent on Apple Music. Like when it was 99 cents a song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I had to have, growing up my entire life, I had to have spent thousands of dollars.
Oh, probably.
And then it was like, oh my God, this song's $1.29. Like they were just raking in money.
That's why all those music videos, they were all throwing money out their car, and we were paying these people to do fucking nothing.
I don't think they were getting paid.
Tell you what, though, do you think that's what put Apple, because Apple got a good chunk of that money, right? Do you think that's what put Apple kind of on the map as far as being able to become what the fuck they are right now?
Like the iPod?
Well, just like charging like $1 a fucking song. Like, I guess maybe then that seemed reasonable, but now you're like, that's ridiculous. Who would pay $1?
No, I didn't even think it was reasonable back then, but I was like, I want it.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? You can't, like, streaming wasn't. Yeah,
Sure.
LimeWire.
You would do my
but
thing.
even
and just
LimeWire was a
record it.
little bit later, when we discovered it. Like I had already
Sure.
several $100s worth of music.
Worth it. Yeah, do you remember people would give you like Apple iTunes gift cards?
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, I can get 20 songs now.
With a $25 gift card.
Yeah, exactly.
You get $1.29 songs.
Side note, what do you think of the margarita I made you today?
I feel like a Spice Girl.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's good though, right? I put strawberries in there just for you.
Which goes back to what I'm saying. It's like you have so many fucking strawberries. It's like, hey, do you want a drink? Sure. I'm gonna make a margarita. Never once into my mind did it cross you're gonna fucking chop up a whole bunch of strawberries in there. But it's like, and then I go, oh, there's strawberries in here. He goes, I have too many. Like they're gonna go bad.
Yeah,
I gotta use them.
I had one more like carton left, or one more pint, or whatever it is. So I didn't want them to go bad.
Which was what I was asking the last time. Like, you have too many strawberries.
No, well, okay, so they were on sale this past week for like $1.40 a carton or something crazy. I'm
That
like,
you picked, right?
no, these are ones I ate all the ones I picked.
Oh, I thought these were still those.
No, strawberries don't last that long.
Oh, I have no idea.
You need to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, Tyler. They don't
eat
last
enough
that long.
I'm a vegetable guy, not
Yeah, frozen vegetable or fresh vegetable.
fresh. I'll cut them up.
What's
saute
your
'em.
favorite vegetable?
Onions. I could put onions literally on
Onions?
99% of everything.
Nice. I'm sure you get all the ladies with that one.
Bitches love that I can cook. So yeah, Michael, I can.
Bitches love that I can cook. All right, question.
Answer.
You're inviting a girl over, right?
Sure.
You want to impress her. She's hungry. You have one dish to impress her. What meal are you making?
What meal?
What meal? You said bitches love that you cook. What meal are you putting out there to be like, look at, this is what I can fucking do with my hands. And you'll see what I can do later with other parts. Speaking of other parts, it's next on our topic list. Continue.
What I've made the most is like you could get like a really big ribeye or something.
Okay.
Cook it.
Sure.
But you cook it in like I can make this garlic butter sauce and throw in some shrimp with it.
Okay.
So a little surf and turf with a little angel haired pasta.
Mhm.
You use half the steak per person.
Yeah.
So it's a little surf and turf pasta.
There you go.
But with that garlic butter sauce.
That's not bad. You almost make it like with a roux.
With
and,
the roux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Nice. That's a good one.
Super good.
Super good. I always make this like chicken bruschetta. It's like grilled chicken breast with like this fresh tomato salsa and like balsamic.
Ooh.
It's fresh. It's not heavy. It shows my knife cutting skills.
A nice balsac vinegar is pretty good.
And then later she gets the balsac vinegar.
That's what I'm saying.
There we go. That's how I like it.
It's all foreshadowing.
Speaking of private parts, I bought a bidet and you tried it for the first time.
Oh, dude. I get the hype now.
How? Listen, I haven't been able to shut up about this fucking bidet. I've been so excited. I love it so much. I've wanted it for so long. I finally got one. 100% worth all the hype anyone's ever given it.
Also shocked me. Like I used it. I didn't know how powerful the stream was going to be. Hits you right in the bunghole.
It cleans.
It
It's
cleans.
it's
It's a power washer back there.
Did you do it all the way? Or is
No,
you
I'll go back in for another one. Just for fun. But I did it and I like shot out a couple times. Like I was like, it made my knees buckle. Like I wasn't expecting it.
But tell you what, how I'm sure you get in there and you clean your butt after you do your business. But how much cleaner did you feel after using that thing?
Oh, night and day
Night
difference.
and day, right?
Yeah. Are you supposed to wipe just the water off?
Yeah, and I usually get all the water
I didn't
off.
know if it would dry off
I mean, I guess theoretically
faster.
it would.
Faster. I don't know because it's so
Yeah.
powerful that it's not like and then it's done.
Well, you can leave it on and do whatever.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. No, I usually just dab it all, get my butt dry before I put my.
I yelped. You heard me
I
yell.
did hear
I
you.
wasn't expecting it.
But what's really cool is you like turn it on and it cleans it first, and then starts cleaning you up, and then when you turn it off, it cleans it again. So
Yeah.
it's sanitary as shit. As sanitary as it can be, I think.
I need one.
You should get one. I'm surprised you didn't get one already. Like, you should have gotten one. You should put it in your tenant's downstairs bathroom, too. They'd probably thank you for it.
That toilet would, I need a new toilet. They would be shitting too much just to use it.
Yeah, no, it's 100%.
I fuck with it.
It's great. And it was only $40. Like, it was such a bargain, I thought.
And the only reason I have never, it's been on my buy list. Must got a parade out there.
My God, that's what we get for doing a podcast in my living room, guys.
I must have thought, my buy list is so long.
It's a 2-car parade.
Okay, they could shut the
Oh
fuck
my
up.
God. Yeah, I know, right? It's a 2-car parade.
The only reason I haven't bought one is because I thought they were more expensive. Like, I know of Tushy,
Yep.
but that was like $100 plus. $40. Why would anybody buy toilet paper again?
And I heard that Tushy and all those like bidet companies sold out during the pandemic too, because everyone was like, "Well, we can't buy toilet paper. Let's just buy this."
I didn't even think of that.
Jetstream. So they like were just coming back but I mean, you can get crazy like bougie bidets. Like you can get ones with like the actual entire seat that's like a heated seat, and there's a fan in there that'll like dry you off after. That's nuts. You can get, mine's just an ambient water, so it's just like regular cold water or whatever the water temperature is. You can get heated ones.
Oh my God.
So
It makes me want to be into butt stuff.
yeah, this is what gets you through the door.
That was the thumbnail. It squirts right up there. Ooh. Okay. We're doing this.
There you go. Sorry, I was drinking the margarita. Yeah, no, it was definitely an interesting experience the first time I used it. I was shocked. I think I yelped internally a little like you did.
I don't know. I need to buy one. I keep saying this. My list is so long.
Of stuff you need?
Yeah. But $40, I can spare $40.
That's a steal.
Which I finally paid you back.
You
So
did.
I'm one debt free.
For sure. But you're losing the three to 1, I think.
Yeah. For what he's saying, we have a golf bet.
Yeah.
We do this every year. And by every year, I mean this is the second year out of 2 years. Where we'll just play 1v1, 18 holes, however many times throughout the season. Loser pays $100 at the end. And I'm losing 3 to 1.
Yes.
And we've only been out 4 times, and that's pretty sad.
That's very sad. So
I've only been out 5 times. I don't know how many times you've been out.
probably 7 or 8. Or I maybe gone 3 or 4 times without you.
It hasn't been very good, except lately.
No, and you've just been busy with your house and everything. But I'm down to go whenever. It's just you have to make time for little old me. Posh.
Pish posh.
Sporty spice.
Yeah, lots going on. I
Yeah.
saw you at the gun range. Dropped your gun.
Yeah. Well, I dropped my gun after the gun range. I just was able to find ammo for the first time in I don't know how long. About 1,000 rounds. It was an accident. I meant to buy 500.
Well, they might go. It might be harder to get. So maybe you're in good shape. If you
Maybe.
bought it.
But you can't return ammo once you buy it. So I was just so excited that they had it back in stock. So I just like pressed the button, checked out, and then I was like, oh, maybe that was a little like my math didn't add up. I was like, oh, I expected it to be this price, and it was a little more. Didn't put 2 and 2 together until.
Did you see the defensive end for the Chiefs got caught with a Uzi?
An Uzi in California too, like the least gun-friendly state in America besides New York.
First of all,
Yeah,
I didn't know you could buy an Uzi.
I don't think you can really.
That's some dark web stuff.
I mean, so here's the thing: you can get fully automatic weapons, right? But you need special licenses. You need to go through like the gun registry act of bullshit. Like it's tough. Like I'm not saying this guy doesn't
Frank
have
Clark.
his
Call him by
whatever.
name,
Okay,
dumbass.
whatever. Frank Clark. I just don't think he went through the whole process to get himself an Uzi.
Yeah, I don't either. If you're getting caught with it, did he pull it out?
No, it was like a routine traffic stop, I guess, and they searched his car. And yeah, there was an Uzi, which, I mean, an Uzi? Really? Like, what do you think this guy had was going on in his life where he was like, yeah, I need an Uzi
I just think it's cool.
to
Like
carry?
if I could buy any gun, I'd buy a fucking Mac 10. Why do I need a Mac 10? I don't.
Just because you like Call of Duty? Is that the extent?
And it's so compact. It'll shoot. I'll spray. I'll spray at the gun range.
Okay, well, you can't do that.
If I was in the country, I'd spray in my backyard.
There you go. But not in downtown Buffalo or in the city of Buffalo.
I probably could.
Do you
They would
want to
just think
give?
it's
Do you want
fireworks
to give
where
an
I live.
update on the dog situation or no?
Oh. Well, the viewers don't know. We talked about my
We
dog
talked about the dog climbing out the window.
onto the upper shelf.
Yeah,
The next day, I came
I
home.
didn't know it was the next day.
When did we pod? Wednesday or Thursday?
I don't. A couple days, a week, Thursday.
Thursday, so that it was Friday night because I came home Saturday morning at 2 a.m. and I have this note on my door. It's like yellow pad paper with tape, and it's like, your dog got out. I have him, and then my neighbor's name with his number.
Mhm.
And I was like, it's 2 o'clock. I'm not gonna call him right now. And I get up at like 7, and I go knock on the door, and the neighbor's like, I don't think he's up yet. Otherwise, I would have seen him or something. And so I come back over, or he texts back at like 7:30 or 8 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
And the dog is walking in the backyard. He's like, I just let him out to go to the bathroom. It's like, all right, sweet, I got him. Took him for a walk. He's walking real slow.
Right.
And I'm thinking, how did he get out in the first place? I went upstairs. All of the windows are closed except for one in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And I remember I left it like 2-3 inches cracked just for airflow in the house.
Sure.
That thing, when I got home, open like 10, 12, 14 inches or something.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, this dude just jumped out the fucking window. And that's what he's like hurt or something. He's got to be hurt. I thought he would be dead, to be honest.
You just glanced over the whole thing, right? Like, so he got out and jumped.
Legitimately jumped out of
Jumped.
at least a 2-story building.
Jumped off a house. Your dog's suicidal as shit, dude. Like,
But also gangster.
yeah,
I talked to the neighbor like 4 houses down. He's like, yeah, we saw him. He was walking up and down the neighborhood. And I'm thinking, he just jumped out of a 2.5 story building and he's walking around.
my God. And your dog's what, like 40, didn't we say? Something?
He's 77,
And that's in dog years.
of course.
Okay, what's in human years?
11.
11. That's still old as shit. For a little shit, it's a Shih Tzu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitweiler.
It's definitely sure as fuck. If it was a Pitweiler, it would have landed on its feet and like still ate somebody.
So I dropped. So well, the whole story is, well, that's the whole story with the dog. Then I had to get my car fixed. My car is actually fixed now.
Did you
So
get
give me
your
a round of
inspection and
applause.
everything?
Yeah.
I really thought that was a round of applause.
We'll clap. The only thing I have to do is have my registration done.
Okay, but the inspection's all good?
Everything.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, man.
But I dropped it off because my mechanic is back in Jamestown. I dropped it off, switched vehicles with my mom. So she has my car, and she was like, well, I miss Bentley, my dog. Like, let me take him, and you
Yeah.
can just get him back when I give him. And I told her about what happened. And she's like, yeah, he's slept for the last 3 days. He might have, like, broken ribs, and he's, like, limping around on his paws. He doesn't jump up and
Jesus.
down the couch or anything. Like, he's just laying there recovering.
That's so crazy. But he was just... Like, do you think it was gracefully jumped off? Do you think he jumped off onto the other stuff and then hit the ground? Like, you know what I mean? Or do you think he, like...
There is nothing.
That's what I mean, like...
And then I was talking to Brother Marsh about it, and he's like, I don't know if dogs have the depth perception that humans do. Like, does he look out and it doesn't register that he's
That could be.
30 feet up?
That's a very good possibility.
Or does he just see ground and it's like,
I don't know. He seems okay though, right now? Or
she said he did a lot better yesterday. I haven't talked to her today.
okay.
But
Have you brought it to a vet yet, or you planning on it?
We're going to see how it plays out. Because she said he was walking around yesterday. So by the time I see him tomorrow,
Yeah.
he might be doing good.
So what are you gonna do with your window situation?
I have to keep everything closed.
Do you have air conditioners?
I have one.
You might need to buy a couple more air conditioners, man, or like window fans. Window fans might be a little better.
The thing is, like, I leave fans on for them,
Mm-hmm.
but air conditioners, you let those things run all fucking day. My electric bill is gonna be like several $100s.
Sure. What's the price of a funeral? Could you put $1 on a life of a
Yeah, but
loved
it's
one?
not that hot up there. He's being a little dramatic.
Your 11-year-old Shih Tzu is being dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that makes sense, I guess. That makes sense.
Just sit
Hold
in the
that thought.
front of the fan,
I'm
buddy.
gonna be right back.
What do you mean you're gonna be right back?
Talk to the podcasters about something.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna talk about. We lost our cornhole thing, which we're not doing that next year. It's really not that fun. Everybody was bringing their own bags. And bocce, we got third place in our bocce league. If anybody cares. So, yeah, we're just out here living life.
Sorry, man. I had to take an allergy pill. I feel like I'm getting hives.
I used to get hives.
Yeah, I always get hives like around like my mouth area, and I can like feel it tingly when it happens.
Do you remember Midway?
Yeah, of course.
You remember the dragon roller coaster?
Yeah, did that give you hives?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It was going too fast.
Oh, because you were scared?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
like when I
scared
was a
right now.
kid.
Normally it's something that I eat, which I don't know if it's something to do with this margarita. Maybe I've been eating too many strawberries, now I'm allergic.
What, you felt it?
Yeah, I can like feel it now. It's like tingly on my lips.
Interesting.
So,
Is it contagious?
no, I just popped an allergy pill. Should go down in 10 minutes.
Okay. You're not going to be like Will Smith in Hitch?
No, I don't think so.
His face all bubbles
You'll
up?
need to get Eva Mendes to go give me some
Yeah,
Benadryl.
yeah.
No, I think I'll be all right. I just need to go grab that. Thanks for holding it down. What did you talk about?
Our cornhole and bocce.
Oh, yeah,
So it's over. We don't got to talk about it now.
no. Although we're doing bocce again, so
Yeah.
we won't talk about it anymore. I don't think anyone gives a shit about bocce or cornhole.
What if was something in the margarita transforms you into a woman?
Transforms me into
Yeah.
a woman. Then maybe I can compete in the Olympics.
Oh,
Australia.
look at you.
Maybe I can compete. Did you see that article?
No, I saw that somebody's allowed to compete.
It's this original man competed or like did the Olympic trials before in powerlifting. It now transitioned and is now going to do the same thing in like the women's division. That's fucking crazy.
Do you think that there's actually one logical person like that's
In the committee?
no? There's one person out there that logically thinks like, yeah, that's fine. Or are they just playing optics?
I think the second that you don't say that, if you're on that side, like let's say you were on that side of that political fucking fugazi, right? The second that you say no, that's where we draw the line, then the rest of your bullshit unravels. You almost have to continue to go with it.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
nobody actually agrees, but they're forced to
I mean, but
because
maybe
of the
do.
hill
Like,
they
maybe,
built.
But maybe because I almost just feel like you kind of shape your own mentality and how you look at the world, right? Like maybe just all this bullshit they're fucking spewing, you have to at some point start to believe it, because then otherwise you're like, I just wasted my entire life on this like fucking ideology bullshit, right? You have to at some point like kind of believe it.
I think if you say something so much, you'll start to believe
that's
it.
more where I'm going with it. Yeah, exactly.
Because to me, it doesn't register that anybody believes, yeah, this guy is going to compete against women for the
Powerlifting.
Olympics.
In the Olympics, you would think that these other countries would be like, wait, we're not fucking doing this bullshit.
Was he American?
No, it was Australian or New Zealand, one of the two.
Oh,
One of those two.
I didn't know they were like that down there.
Very much so. I think the Prime Minister of New Zealand is, what is her name? Shit. I know it's a woman, though.
I couldn't tell you.
But they're very, very open and whatever. I just don't understand how anyone with a good, especially anyone that like has daughters or just is a woman in general, can look at that situation and be like, yeah, no, this 100% makes sense.
Yeah, like imagine being a woman
Who trained your entire life, like that's your entire.
and somebody comes in, he's like, "Me, I am Mark. I am now
Marka.
Marka. I will compete for women." And you're like, I don't want no. That how does like you were already competing, and now you're coming over here.
Yeah. And your like starting rep is 10 times more than what, you know what I mean? It's just,
You know, it's
crazy.
It's funny, like watching the Believe Science and everything, like in the coronavirus,
yeah.
and then the anti-science, but like about sexes.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I explained it to somebody because honestly, I stopped kind of worrying about it because it just gave me a headache. But it's like people were worried, or people voiced out the polarization or the in school, like indoctrination of like colleges, like liberal arts colleges and stuff, and just what they're teaching people. And they're like, oh, well, that just stays in the college. Like, that's no big deal. But at some point, those people who learned all this crazy bullshit in college eventually go out into the real world, right? With these crazy fucking ideas.
Oh yeah,
And like, that's where we're at right now. Is these people that are taught these things throughout school, and they're saying, oh, well, if I'm paying $40,000 to learn this, it has to be true, right?
Did you notice anything when you went to school?
Oh, 100%.
Like what?
We were in a what was the class called? Thoughts and Issues of No, it was the Thoughts and Issues of Contemporary something. And I remember there's this one girl in particular. I'm not gonna drop any names, but I'll tell you what, she's still just as batshit fucking crazy. But every time, and our instructor, like our professor, wasn't even so radical, like wasn't so whatever. But it was like her and her merry group of anything that he brought up, she had a retort to. It was like, well, my professor in this class said this, so this is not right. And he was actually really great. He was like a very snazzy dressed black man. Very good, great guy. One of the better professors I've ever had. But he would say, well, this is like where I'm coming from with this. And she's like, well, that's not right. And I was like, what the actual fuck? And I remember that. And then I had one other class with her, and she was like that in every class. And she had to have learned that from some,
Somebody else at the school, or
Yeah.
just where? I mean, because like looking back at UB, I know that like my teachers were pretty liberal, but I can't really tell you anything beyond that. Like I don't remember anything. There was no like you see now, like if anybody comes to your school, there'll be like protests and everything.
Yep.
And people will be just fucking protest. Everything's a protest, like outside of any campus,
Yeah.
like inclusion and everything. Like UB, I never really saw any of that unless I just didn't pay attention.
No. Well, UB is it's a state school, right? But it's not.
Well, it seems like it happens at every big campus. So you're
Sure.
talking about 40,000 plus students
But
there.
I think what I'm trying to say is that UB is more of a specialized school. There's UB Medical School. There's UB School of Dentistry. Like, I feel like it's more of a, you go to UB to be a fucking engineer. You go to Buff State, where I went, to be a fucking women's issues dance instructor teacher.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Like, that's, so I saw it every fucking other day. Plus, UB North is, in North Towns where everyone owns a shotgun. I was on Elmwood where everyone, hands out dildos on Halloween. Like, it's a different campus, I think, altogether than as far as just like what they teach or preach out.
I just think it's interesting. Like I wish that I had something to lean back on.
But could you just imagine? I try really hard. I really do. And I'm not even just like blowing smoke on my ass. I try really hard to understand where everyone's coming from with like the socialized medicine, right? I understand where people are coming from. I get the whatever, right? But I feel like people that hold these sort of ideologies, it's like their way or nothing. Could you imagine thinking that every idea that pops into your head is the greatest idea and 100% right every time you have an idea? Because that's what I feel like some of these people are. When they hold these ideas, they're like, well, no, this has to be right because I think I know that I'm right, Therefore, these ideas are right. Like seeing a 45-year-old ex-man turn into a woman to be a power lifter and be like, no, this 100% is right because
Yeah, well, we're all taught kind of now that, like, you're pretty much right.
your opinion is right no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody has one. I have a funny story. One of my favorite professors, shout out Bill Lasher. He was my accounting teacher. This is so awful, but I'll never forget it. We were in class one day, and like it was pretty much a smaller class, like 4 rows right and left, and maybe 8-10 people or something in each row.
Okay.
I sat in the front row. Behind me was a row like full of like 10 girls, and one day they all didn't come in, and he's like looking at us because we know him. He's like, "Hey boys, like where's all the girls?" Like I know there was a lot of fun stuff happening this week. Like, do you think like what's going on? And, like, nobody had an answer, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I don't know. I know that they had like a marathon down there in Massachusetts or something. I hope they made it back." And I'm just thinking, like, you just said that in class, like the Boston bombing.
Oh.
And he is like laughing. He thought it was the funniest fucking thing. I was like, I can't believe you just said that.
You just name dropped him.
Well, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But it was like he was trying to make a joke. He's like, yeah, I hope they make it back okay.
Yeah.
Like,
That was when that's when the
Yeah.
Boston bombing happened?
Yeah.
My God.
like whatever that
Did they
weekend-
declare themselves safe on Facebook?
I don't know. But I'll never forget that he said that in the beginning of class, and everybody was just like, I can't believe that you just did that.
That's
Some people were awkward laughing. I was laughing. Like, I was in shock.
You're like, professor's got jokes.
Yeah.
This
He
guy's
would-
got chops.
He would say a whole bunch of fucking crazy shit. But like a really good teacher.
I had some pretty good professors throughout. But I also, I had some ones that were a little wonky and a little weird. And I would pretty much just tune it out even then at that point. Like I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten more to the right, the political right, not the correct right. But even then I would hear people say things. I'd be like, that sounds like craziness.
Oh yeah, I had one teacher who was like a English teacher. Oh, I'm from Harvard, and she came here to teach English or something.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't even remember what it was. I needed it for some other class, and just everything that she would make us write about, you're like, this is so stupid. Like, I'm Harvard. Everything is so
What
much
was
deeper
that?
than it has to be.
Can you just point out that my tingling went away?
Good.
Totally good. Yeah.
No transformation.
No transformations, exactly. Yeah. Where was I going? I was going to say something. I'm going back to you because I was going to...
I don't know, bodybuilding. Do you think they'll actually compete?
Oh, 100%. Unless the Olympic, whatever... Oh, that's what I was going to say. Like, take... it's Pride Month. All about, whatever. Who cares? Not who cares about Pride Month, but, whatever. Do you remember when you first started hearing about, like, LGBT, like the acronym?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many letters there were when you first started hearing about it?
LGBTQ.
See, I only remember LGBT. Going back.
Oh,
the first
yeah,
time I
maybe.
ever heard.
Yeah,
it.
4.
Do you know what it is now?
Well,
LGBTQAI plus. What the actual fuck? Like it's almost like once you start the inclusion process, now everyone wants to be included, and the group that's all about inclusiveness then excludes everybody.
Yeah.
It's just fucking craziness.
Me and my girl were watching The Bachelorette, and they have this new commercial on for a trans person, like at a job interview.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it multiple times now. It's like the one.
Yeah.
And she's like worried, like, what do I tell them my pronouns are? It's they, them.
Uh-huh.
Like, why? Do you think you're 2 people? Like, that's a plural thing. I don't understand.
Yeah. And also, isn't that a little... I'll preface this by any person that wants me to call them something within reason, I'll call them. Like,
yeah,
I'm fine with
I don't
it.
think either of us care.
Sure.
We
I'm
just
just gonna
don't really
preface that.
understand it.
And also, like, coming from me, isn't they, them a little, to me, like, maybe not. To me, when I hear, like, they, them, I think a plural, and then also I think of, like, an object almost. Like, he, her is like an individual to me. They, them just sounds like in, not an illusion,
I hear like
an
a
abstract.
group,
Yeah.
like a group of something.
Yeah. And like a group of trans people. You know what I mean? Not an individual person who is whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what I think.
like a bag of marbles. You would say grab them,
Yeah.
like as the
Like
object.
an object. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you would say it for people too. Like look at them over there. Is that right? That didn't sound right.
Hey, I saw them.
Yeah.
Past tense.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's just, and I'm probably coming off super ignorant.
Yeah, me too.
But
And
I'm
don't-
just curious. Like, do they think that they're two people?
No,
Like
I
their
don't think
past
so.
person and whatever they are now
To be
identifying
honest,
as.
and I don't know where I'm at. Not where I'm at. I know I don't know fully, but I almost feel like,
I think you're a guy.
yeah, no, not that. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, maybe it's so. We're definitely gonna come off like fucking assholes, but maybe it's just easier than saying like. But also, it's more fucking complicated. I was gonna say it's easier because it's like you don't want someone to say she or he, right? Or
Sure.
to mix that up, or to be confused. So like, call me they. But that's almost even more fucking confusing. Where it's just like, what? Or now there's the whole gender fluid thing. So they say I'm a they because I change every day, or every other day, or every week, and that's okay. Supposedly.
I don't know. It's a new generation of people, man.
It's a new generation of people, and that wasn't even what I was getting. Cause I wrote "new generation of women" on the topic sheet, and that's not even where I was going with that topic. But
Where were you going with it?
I was just gonna say I like how confident women are now.
I can dig confident.
Fucking love it, and you know what I mean. Not the pompous like feminism, all men are trash confidence. I mean like women who handle their shit, are confident in their careers, like are driving go-getters, like fucking love it. And I think that's a piggybacking on the feminist all men are trash movement, but the
Yeah.
ones that got away from that part of it, I just all for it. Big supporter.
Yeah, I remember you had told me before that you were like, it's nice dating a woman that's got her shit all together.
Yeah.
Now I'm in that too. Like it's a wild different thing than dating like a 19, 20-year-old that's like just all over the place.
That you have to babysit
Yeah.
almost. Yeah. Because listen, being alive, and it's such a cliche that people used to say, like, you need to work on yourself before you're in a relationship. But it's so fucking true because it's so exhausting just being a human, your fucking self, let alone being a human worrying about what you got going on and then also worrying about putting the pieces together with a whole nother fucking human who's just
Sure.
as complicated as you, right?
Sure.
And I'm not saying like you can't help someone through things, whatever, but I just mean like if all you're doing is that, like that just gets mentally draining.
Yeah. You know, back when I was on, we never really did it, but the whole dating segment,
Yeah.
like the amount of women that I had that were like already had their own house and everything, like girls aren't waiting around anymore. Like
No.
they're going and getting stuff that they want.
Good
It's
for them.
it's so different.
I sometimes
Unless it's just because of our age. Maybe they always did that, or I don't know.
maybe. I mean, we're pushing 30.
I'm not. I'm 27.
Yeah, I'm 27 too, but you're about to be 28, and that's pushing 30.
Fuck, I'm not.
What do you mean you're not? You're just gonna skip 8 like you did with your fucking height, Tyler? Is that
No,
what
I'm
it
just.
is?
I ain't nowhere near 30. That's so far away. The amount of things I could do.
February, right?
January.
January, right after me.
You're the 7th.
Yeah,
I'm 2 weeks later.
18th,
What is 14 plus 7, Michael?
21.
Yes.
Okay.
2 weeks later.
All right, my B.
Come on, we've been friends for a decade
I know,
now.
but that's why I knew it was in the winter. It's tough remembering everything.
What did I just say?
Women have their shit together, buying houses. We're getting older. Maybe it's they're getting their
Oh.
shit together. Maybe it's
You know
just
how
we're
much
older.
shit I can do in the next 2.5 years? Like, I'm nowhere near 30.
Yeah, you can still do shit after you turn 30, Tyler.
Yeah, but I'm not pushing 30. Like, to me, that's so far away.
because you have negative connotations.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What's wrong with pushing 30? You're almost
That's
30.
the next.
You're closer to
That's
30
the
than you are
third
20.
decade.
Yeah, but you're closer to 30 than you are 20.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. You're pushing 30.
Yeah, but I'm not. Like, 30 is so far away. I'm still feel like I'm not pushing anything. I'm still on the, what do they call the things in the airport?
You're
that
running
just,
real far away from 20. Real far away.
Nah,
real fast.
I'm fast walking. What do they call that?
And you're almost done with the race.
No, I'm not. See, the race is still, I'm only 3/4 of the race done.
Yeah, that's almost done.
I'm going to walk the rest of the race.
If you were to say you're 3/4 done with the game, you're going to say, oh, wow, coming into the home stretch. Look at all these analogies I'm making right now, Tyler, and you're just...
I feel like I'm the youngest 27-year-old you know.
What does that even mean? How old's your new girlfriend? Lady friend? Are you dating?
She'll be 28 next month.
28.
So she's half a year older than me.
There you go. How's it feel dating an older woman?
Uh,
Have you brought
I
up
don't really care.
bringing her on the podcast?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
Or no, I haven't, but I've thought about it. What we could do. Because remember when we...
I still want to do a dating idea.
Yeah, we could.
Dating show.
Do you remember? This is way back, when you saw the poster of that guy that was going to read fortunes or whatever he was going to do?
Wait, just really quick. Remember what you were going to say. We were at a coffee shop one day, and there was a poster of this fucking weird guy who was like a fortune teller or a psychic, and he had a picture of him looking goofy as fuck with all of his numbers and emails and everything. And I tried so hard to get him on the podcast, or wanted to, but none of it must have just been a joke or something, because none of the phone numbers, email addresses, anything went to a
Social
real
media,
person.
nothing.
It did nothing. But I tried. I don't remember his name, but it would have been really fun to get him
He
on
had
a
a funny
podcast.
name, too. Yeah, that
Oh,
would have
yeah.
that would have been...
And that was in the early days.
Yeah. He
Sorry,
was-
continue. Back what you were saying.
Oh. Like, she likes, like, the tarot cards.
Tarot cards?
Tarot cards.
Yeah.
And I figured we could do that. She could read your fortune.
Yeah,
We could discuss it live on air.
I'm down. Has she read your fortune?
Yeah,
No, she hasn't.
she has.
What did she say?
I had some good... I had, like, I don't know. It's all fucking weird because I feel like you could pick every card. Like, because you know how you're supposed to do it and it's supposed to symbolize. Like, you get
Nope.
3 cards.
Sure.
Well, there's a big fucking stack. There's like 70
Yeah.
cards or something. And the big cards, they're like this big.
Yeah.
And you lay them down, and it's like past, present, future.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be like special. Like, you get this one because of...
Right.
It aligns with you.
But it's no different than playing in a Pokemon tournament or a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. It's the luck of the draw.
I'm not sure I follow.
What I'm saying is that if you got a card, it doesn't matter what the card is. It's just a random card.
Well,
that is-
right. Where I'm going was it's like
Okay.
it's supposed to mean something to you. Like the
Sure.
cards you draw for past, that's supposed to align with your past or
Right.
whatever. But I feel like I could draw every card and say like, "Yep, I could pick something
No,
out of this."
exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just a
And I told her
random
that
card.
she goes, "Fucking guys." Like,
Is she into astrology too?
not really. No.
No. That's too much for her. But the cards make sense.
Well, she's like fucking fucks here and there with her horoscope or whatever, but
Okay.
it's not like some of those chicks that are like witchcraft.
Listen, I'm open to having her do it, but I'm gonna think it's bullshit the entire time.
And I did too, but whatever. If it made her happy to
It
do
made her
it,
happy. That's all that matters.
then we'll fucking do it.
I'm never gonna tell someone no. So what did you say? Can you give us a?
Oh, I had one that was like the card was like I was carrying like 100 swords or something
Okay.
because I'm carrying the weight of all this other stuff. Whatever,
Okay.
like from past. I don't know.
Basically, you need therapy. Is that what that card was?
No, like I've just been taking care of stuff
Oh, okay.
and other people or something. Whatever. I don't remember the present one, but the future one, I drew the devil card. And I was like, oh, that can't be good. She's like, no, that's good. That means you're a freaking vet. Like, well, based on this card, I'm not.
See, I'd think it was more believable if every time you did it, you got the exact same cards. Like you shuffled it, and every time Now maybe that's some bullshit sleight of hand magic, right?
Maybe, yeah.
But I would, if someone did that to me and they did it 4 times in a row and I got all the same cards all 4 times, I'd say
There's something to it.
maybe there's something to it. But if there's 3 different cards every time I do it and then they just make something up on all 3 cards, I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah. Like, you could just pick any card. Like, it's such a general type
Yeah.
thing. It's not like it's specialized, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a generic card
Mm-hmm.
that's supposed to apply to you.
Did you feel like it applied to you?
No.
No. Can we just, did she listen to the podcast?
No, but she's been asking about it.
Okay. Can I just point out, if you listen to this podcast, this isn't me judging or making fun of you. I don't want this to start off on the wrong foot. I think it's great that you're passionate about something, and I would love for you
I
to
wouldn't say
tell me
passionate.
whatever, that you do something to like something. I would love for you to tell my cookie fortune someday.
Cookie fortune.
Fortune cookie.
Zoltan. And more cookie. Fucking cookie. Wow, holy shit. Tongue tied.
And then for cookie fortune. Fortune cookie.
And then
And then some sweet and sour chicken.
I could probably get her on.
Yeah?
I'll bring it up to her.
Okay. See what she thinks. What else do we have on here? Do we want to talk about anything else that's really speaking of things, I got something I want to bring up. I watched a video the other day. Do you find that people now are just do you find that people have an online personality and an in-person personality?
Yeah.
And do you think that the online personality is really fucking people up?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw a video of this guy, and it was for TikTok or something, and he was just on an escalator, and he just kept, like, farting in front of, like, groups of girls. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why is this the thing that you're doing for attention or for notoriety? Like, where are we as a society where, like, this makes sense? Like, this is what we value.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Oh, my gosh.
And I just feel like it's everywhere. That's not really why I'm on that stuff. Like, to me, that's what TikTok is filled with. People trying to do stupid stuff to get famous.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm sure there's a lot of great stuff on there, but that's how I perceive it.
Yeah, and that you'd be 90% right. So yeah.
Like, do you remember the girl that I don't remember the whole backstory of it, but she used Gorilla Glue to push her hair back because she didn't have any more hairspray.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that was planned.
Sure. Or maybe she was just dumb as fuck. But if it was planned, I mean.
But she got a whole bunch of fame from it, and then guess what?
Well, do you remember?
She gets like some fucking hair and beauty sponsor, and
Yeah.
now she's got her own company.
For those are people that are famous. Do you remember? What was it? It was a girl from Buffalo, and she like drank her own period blood or something, or
disgusting.
ate her tampon. I think that's what it was. But she's from Buffalo. I remember. It was
And I'm
fucking
gonna drink this red
gnarly. It was gnarly. But I remember that someone I knew her and was like, "Yeah, that was gross." She like lost all her friends or something.
That's
like,
yeah, I actually have heard of that.
yeah, she's from here.
I didn't know she was from here.
Gnarly.
I don't know. Everybody's doing things to be famous.
Yeah.
So I listen to. Are you familiar with the Bussin' with the Boys?
No.
It's a football podcast with Will Compton and Taylor Lewan
Okay.
from the Titans.
Did he retire or no? Did he not retire?
No.
Go on. No.
But Will has he's like the head of the spear for it, and he's always posting on social media, and some random person like clapped back at him because he's like a free agent right now. He's like, well, if you weren't podcasting and doing all this and that, you were in the weight room, you'd actually have a job. So he asked him to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, yeah, I don't know why. Like, I was just trolling you, like, to get famous, is
Yeah.
what he said. Like, I knew that I was going to get your attention and do this stuff. But, like, he was so scared in person. Like, you knew it wasn't him, but his online personality.
Completely different.
Yeah. And it actually pissed me off.
But that goes back not just that, but I saw someone, one of the social justice types that I'm like are on my friends list that I went to college with that or whatever. She did a thing that was like me and online. It's like that SpongeBob thing of him like super strong or whatever.
Muscle Bob Buff
Yeah,
Pants.
and then me in real life, and it's like SpongeBob is like a little baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shouldn't that tell you something if that's how you are?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we've created a situation or a culture where it's just like everything's okay. Like if you're feeling this, it's 100% okay. Not, maybe you're feeling that this specifically for things that you're doing. And you cannot feel like that if you do something else. Like that's never an option. It's always just whatever you're doing is 100% okay.
You know what it's like? You know, like Ready Player One, they put on the headset and they are virtually
They're
in
an
another
avatar.
world.
They're an avatar, yeah.
It's the same thing. Like we've already had it. It's online. Like when you go in, you're out of the world now.
Sure.
You are your new thing, and like people just get consumed by it.
Mm-hmm. It's a character. You're playing a character. It's almost
Yeah.
acting. You're playing a role.
But I don't understand like the need to be that.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
Like my Twitter
Like,
days.
people.
was,
Some people's full time job. Like just doing that's what they do.
my Twitter thing was like, and it's so demoralizing in the sense that if you didn't tweet, like there were some weekends where I like wouldn't tweet or whatever, or some weeks where I was like, I need a break, and it's like as soon as I came back, because of the algorithms and everything, I would get less engagement. I would get less people would see my tweets. I would get all the stuff,
Sure.
and it fucks with your head.
Sure.
Where if you're doing this all the time and you're doing it specifically for a reaction again, or specifically for clout or whatever it is, when it's not happening, you're like, oh shit, I'm doing something wrong.
Sure.
Let's do the toxic bullshit that's working because it's working.
For good or for bad,
Yeah.
like everybody knows, and especially you, like I'm not like I'll scroll Twitter, but like I'm not really on it. Like I'm not really talking to anybody. I'm just seeing what's
Yeah.
going on. So like I have that, I perceive things through that lens. Like this podcast, for good or worse, I don't know how it's doing because I'm not looking. I just show up and I like talking to you, and we'll put it out.
Yeah.
I don't really. If I knew how little or how many people listen to this, maybe I would be different. But I don't. I've never looked.
If I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't look.
Good, and I think it's better that way.
Me too. Like I see, because whenever I log into when I publish the podcast, like on our publishing site, it tells me how much money we've made in ad revenue,
Yeah.
which is up to like $3.80 or
Sure.
$4. Hey, but in order to see how the podcasts are actually doing, I need to like click on an analytics thing,
Yeah.
or click on the individual podcast. So I like don't even touch it. I just publish the podcast and then set it and forget it pretty much.
I think we're in better hands if we do that. Because I think because right now it's just fun. But if we see that we actually had a big following, then maybe we change. Or if we wanted a bigger following, then maybe we change and be more controversial.
I also barely read. I don't read the comments either.
Oh, me either. What I do, the only thing that I do is I'll watch it on YouTube just for mental feedback of us.
Things you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't read any of the comments just because I just don't fucking care. And like I'm not saying I say controversial shit, but I say things that I'm sure if a certain type of person were to listen to it would say fuck that guy, cuz that's
Sure.
just where we're at. And I know that shit just doesn't matter. Like even if someone was trying to like cancel us or do whatever, fucking do it. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like
Yeah, I couldn't give you
I couldn't give a shit.
about views or anything.
No.
Like I've never, I don't know. We're just different, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't give a shit. And here's the thing, I did give a shit, and I think because I gave a shit when I was 20, and I'm pushing 30 now, I just don't give a shit now. Like I just don't. Like that's just so out of sight, out of mind.
I think it's better for us in the long run.
I agree. I agree.
But then it's
100%.
like, what are we doing here?
we're just chilling.
What you-
We're chilling and talking
yeah,
shit.
we like talking shit,
Oh, I'm super good at talking shit.
but like, what are we doing here? We can talk shit any day of the week. We don't have to come here and sit down for an hour.
Yeah, I think it's fun though.
It is fun.
I think it's good to have a schedule. 'Cause
I'm with
otherwise,
it.
otherwise you're super busy.
Yeah, don't think I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay, good.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, what was the intent? Did we have a goal at all?
Do you know what I enjoy most about podcasts? And it's not even so much the content, because I guess I enjoy the content. But I like the Rogan podcast in the beginning. I like Flagrant. I liked Two Bears, One Cave, all those podcasts, because I felt like it was just two friends or two people sitting down, just talking,
Yeah.
and there was nothing else going. Like, it was just it looked like they were enjoying themselves just hanging out talking.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to do.
That's what this is.
That's literally all I
To
wanted
a
to do.
T.
That's it. I didn't need any sort of gimmick. I didn't need any sort of, like, get rich quick scheme. I was pretty just content with just sitting talking shit.
Perfect.
Cool. Do you have anything in mind? Were you trying to be the next caller daddy?
No.
Double-handed twisties? Gluck Gluck
I think
3000s?
it would have been fun just to say that we had X amount of people
Sure.
tuning in but like I said, I guess I don't really care at all.
Honestly, man, if you wanted to, we could think of the most fucked up thing we could possibly
But I don't. That's
think
not
of.
us.
I know.
I just like us riffing.
Me too. And maybe someday we'll think of some ridiculous thing and say it out loud, but...
I've already been there once.
Yeah, me too.
Never published.
Yeah, if that was our like first or second episode, no one was going to hear that and think anything of it anyway, really. But
maybe not.
I think the more I've done it, the less I care, too. Like, in the beginning, I was like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't say this stuff. And I was just like, let's just say whatever.
Oh, yeah. What's going to happen?
Someone's
We're
gonna,
our own boss.
Someone's going to say, I don't know about that.
Yeah, if you don't like, we don't have any sponsors. You can't take anything away from us. Like,
That's true. That's very true. Oh, man. Oh, what else is happening? We have a communist mayor. Socialist mayor, sorry.
It's not official yet, though, is it?
It's pretty close. Buffalo's almost always goes Democrat in the mayor's race, so.
Here's my idea. Let the mafia run the city.
Like, not the Bills Mafia, right? Like, break your kneecaps Mafia.
No. Italian mafia.
The Italian Mafia.
You know why?
Not the German or the Swedish.
Whatever. Whatever's here.
The Yakuza?
Isn't it the Italian mafia that's here?
I don't know.
Like the Buffalo crime family is Italian.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because you know why?
Why?
They keep everything in order and they don't take no shit.
It's true.
It's like, hey, you're going to do this or you're not, and you're bye-bye. It's like the homeless people. It's like, hey, pack your shit up and go. And they can't argue. Hey, pay your taxes or, you're going to crawl.
This is such a hot take.
They just have a way of doing it, though. Like, but it's always for the better. Like,
Right. I'm sure that's what Stalin thought, too. It's for the better.
no, but like they give back to the community unless I'm so naive, like in all the mafia movies and
You're
everything.
basing our freedoms as a
I don't know
whatever.
any mafia members, so I can't go off real life.
What movie are you basing it off of?
Fucking like what's the one with De Niro? Not Taxi. Brooklyn Nights.
Brooklyn Nights?
I'm pretty sure there's one with.
I just love that you're basing this all off of what you've seen in movies.
Well, yeah, and it's got to be coming from somewhere.
Yeah, some nerdy guy's head sitting in his basement.
All of them?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It goes back to the aliens thing. Almost all the aliens look alike because there's something to it. Throw my fucking tinfoil hat on. Somebody knows something back in the past, and that's why we've all come together on one thing.
That gangsters need to run our cities.
No, just the way that they do it is to keep order. Like, they just do it fine. Like, sure, they're benefiting themselves, but everything else runs smoothly if you just go along with it.
Sure. This sounds a little totalitarian to me.
No, because they're not making you do anything.
No.
They're just keeping order.
Right, and if you don't, what
They
are
don't
they gonna
allow
do?
bullshit.
What if you give bullshit?
They're going to come knock on your door once and say, hey.
So they're not making you do anything.
Right.
Right, unless you don't do it. And then they're
Well,
not.
then it's just like breaking the law. I mean, what happens then? You lock them up. But nobody fucks with the mafia.
Tyler, this is the worst take you've ever had in your life.
It might not be coming out the way I want it to.
Nope. You're literally saying that you want a group of men and women to rule our city because they're going to set rules, and if you don't follow the rules, they're going to come to your house and make you follow the rules.
Yeah, that don't sound good.
No, it sounds real fucking bad, dude.
That don't sound good at all.
the coldest take I've ever heard anyone make.
Huh.
You literally just
It
said.
sounded so good in my head.
You literally just said, freedom's nice, but Stalin, that sounds a little bit more. Who needs freedoms?
No, because the freedoms are still there.
Right, but if you don't do something they don't like, then you don't have them anymore.
Huh. Well, I was trying to bring it back because now we have a socialist mayor here in Buffalo.
Yeah. Keep in mind socialist, not communist, but
It all leads to it. I mean, when Chiang Kai-shek fucking died in China and went to Mao Zedong, they went from socialism straight to communism, killed millions and tens of millions of people.
True. Very true. Very, very true.
Yeah, that didn't sound good.
No, it sounded real bad.
Yeah, I'm not for that.
Okay. Just double checking.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Cancel that thought.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Tyler, is there anything else you want to tell the folks at home before we end this podcast on that awesome note?
No, I better shut up now.
You can better shut up. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on, what else are we on? Twitter.
Or don't.
Or don't. You're right. 'Cause we
Do
don't
whatever
care.
you want to do.
Whatever
I'm
you
not an
want.
authoritarian mafia leader.
All right, guys. Bye.